Bonjour à tous. Today, I want to discuss something very important. We are going to look into how to read correctly the TEF Canada exam results. They have changed the scoring system since December 2023. It's been a while now, but there are some implications that we need to understand. This is how a result looks like for a TEF Canada exam, right? Now, there are two columns that I need you to pay attention at. One is like it gives you a CECR level, which is the European standard of language levels, right? And this is the system that most of us are used to. Even if you go to Alliance Francaise, they will offer courses A1, A2, B1, B2 level, right? So this is a very common system when you talk about language proficiency. And on the last column, you have something called as NCLC, which is like, do you know this? When we give IELTS English test, we get scores CLB 5, CLB 7, CLB 9, CLB 10. So CLB stands for Canadian Language Benchmark. And when it comes to talking about importance or advantages of French in Canadian immigration system, we often talk about how you must get minimum CLB 7 in all four sections, that is reading, listening, writing, and speaking, to get the like substantial benefit in terms of CRS points. Also, if you score CLB 7 in all four sections, then you also become eligible for French specific draws, like French stream draws. Not only you get around 62 extra CRS points in your Express Entry profile, but you also become eligible for French specific draws if you get CLB 7 in all four sections. But when I say CLB 7, what I'm essentially saying is I'm talking about NCLC, because CLB, which is Canadian Language Benchmark, it is for English test. And the equivalent of CLB for French is NCLC. It's Niveau de compétence linguistique canadien or something of that sort. So this is basically the Canadian benchmark or Canadian system to measure your language competency. Now, the reason why I'm even talking about this, and this is something that I think is important for all the students to understand, is if you look at this particular result, you will see this third column, something that you are very familiar with, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. And you might think, okay, I scored B1 level in speaking, B1 level in writing, B1 level in listening. Okay, so I'm very good. I just need one more level. I just need to go to B2 level, because the general understanding as it was till December 2023, till the old system of TEF Canada scoring system, was that if you score B2 level points in all four sections, you're eligible to get substantial benefit, which was sort of true at that time. But now, since they have changed the system, as I said, December 2023, what happens is this has become a little bit redundant. What really matters is the last column. Okay. So the discrepancy here is that you see here B1 and you have this false sense of progress that, okay, I'm just one level away from getting my desired score in the TEF Canada. But that's not essentially true, because you see here, you are essentially at CLB 4. As I said, CLB is for English. For French, it is NCLC, right? So here you are at NCLC 4. In fact, in this writing and speaking, both. That means to get the substantial benefit, you'll have to go from NCLC 4 to NCLC 7. That means you have to make 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. You have to make 3 jumps. And these 3 jumps are the most difficult. So it's much easier to go till CLB 3 or 4, like that essentially translates to A1 or A2. Those are easier to attain. But to go from 4, CLB 4, CLB or NCLC, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, these 3 jumps are the most difficult ones. They could take months, if not years. So the point of the whole discussion is that based on this new system that came into existence by December 2023, let's not focus too much on the CECR scores in your TEF Canada result, but let's really focus on this last column, which is the NCLC column. So here, this is a little bit misleading. This result is a bit misleading, because the candidate might think that, oh, I got B1 in 3, so I'm very close. I can maybe prepare for one more month and I should be good. But really, that's not the case, because he's essentially, the candidate is at CLB 4, and in one section, he's even less than CLB 4. So much so that Canadian system doesn't even bother to tell you your exact level if you are below CLB 4. Like if you are CLB 3, 2, or 1, they don't care. They just start with less than 4. So according to the correct interpretation of the result for this particular candidate, this candidate has much progress to make, quite far away from the desired result of minimum CLB 7, or when I say for French, NCLC 7 in all 4 sections. But when we spoke to this candidate, because they focused on this column, they really thought that, okay, if they could just take some practices for 1 month, they should be good. But that's not the case. So it is important to make this distinction and be aware of this based on the new system. In terms of implication of this particular change in schema for us at BBARTAS, when we provide the French level assessment for our students, we have moved on from this European language benchmark system, that is A1, A2, B1, B2, to measuring our students' progress in terms of NCLC levels. And we are trying to map it exactly to how TEF Canada gives you, so that you get a better understanding of where you exactly are at this point of time when you do the assessment, and not get carried away with this A1, A2, B1, B2 system. So this is definitely one option that you guys have as a student. If you want to know where exactly do you stand in terms of your preparation, you could take this French level assessment with BBARTAS. That's about it. I wish you the best with your preparation.